Jumping right in. Coming with another show.
Yeah.
Sorry we're late. Topic of the day is it okay for a woman to make more than her spouse? And will it affect the respect level in the household? So, we all know that money is big right now. Everybody wants money.
Right.
But in a relationship, who do you think the responsibility is on to make, to be the head of the household, as far as the supporter, the main breadwinner or bringer?
Whose responsibility basically is it? Well, I don't know. It depends. I think it depends on the couple. You feel me?
Right.
If they have that understanding from the beginning, or as they grew, they just found their positions, and they play them. Or, I mean, me myself, I don't think it's a problem if a woman makes more.
Right.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because roles have changed now. Women are in more higher positions at
Yes.
work, at jobs and shit like that. So, we're making more positions to make more money. And a lot of times we have most of the responsibility anyway in the household.
Right.
Even outside of, supporting the house.
Right.
But I think sometimes, some men can become a little intimidated if their woman makes more money than them. And I don't know if if it's the respect between, just the woman that changed, or, if it's the respect level from a man as well, because his spouse makes more.
But I feel like it's pointless for you to be upset that your spouse makes more. I mean, it's your spouse. You get what I mean? And I didn't think the money was separated anyway. If you're together, you know what I mean?
Well, just say this. If you make more money, you're the head of the household. Do you think that you should only have to go to work and support the house, and everything else should be on the other spouse? Or what levels of agreement do you have with your spouse on what each person in the relationship bring to the relationship, as far as if it's money or just keeping the house up, or whatever the issue might be or the situation is?
For me, I guess it wouldn't bother me at all if I play the role for everything. You get what I mean? Because I've already been doing it. You know what I mean? So like you say, we go out, we work, we handle all the business outside of the home. We come home, still handle the home.
Right.
Clean, making sure things are in their place. Even on down to the bills. You get what I mean?
Right.
So, but I don't think it's something that one person should lose respect for the other. You know what I mean? Due to, you're not making more, or what you bring to the table.
Or it might be on, the other way around as well, because, I know when I did get married, that short period of time, my husband, he didn't know how much money I made,
Okay.
So like I say, in the beginning, it seemed like everything was cool, and then when we got married is when everything just changed. But then that's when I, started letting him know things about me that was more private, that I didn't share at first.
Right.
So it seemed like once he found out that I had, I made more money than him, it seemed like he became more recoiled. Like he just started pulling back a little more, as far as what he offered to the household.
Mm.
And it almost to me, I felt like he was looking at it like
Took advantage.
he shouldn't have to he
Well, you
shouldn't
make
have
more.
to contribute
Right.
to the household because he felt like I had it. But even though he was there in the household and he worked too, it was just the fact that he didn't make as much as I did. So instead of him contributing to the household, he did other things with his money because he felt like,
Right. You
I
got
had
this.
it.
You got this. Yes.
Right.
Well, I just think for him it was just intimidating. You hear what I mean? And that, to me, that was just a sad ass excuse just to be sorry. He was that, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
how could that intimidate you? Honestly, that should make you proud to me.
Well, I don't know. Do you think it was intimidation, or maybe he just, looked at it and he looked at me differently once he knew that he didn't have to support me. You see what I'm saying? Because some men, they're attracted to women that, need that support.
So maybe that hurt his feelings. Maybe that hurt his feelings. Like, damn, I thought I had this one.
But what do you think? Like, how would that have changed? That's what I don't understand. It's like, it's crazy because when people don't know certain things about you, they treat you differently. Like, if you meet somebody and you don't, they don't know how much money you have, or you could be a millionaire and they don't know.
Right.
And they might treat you differently than if you just look like this regular person. They gonna treat you like that. But then when they know you have money,
oh, okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Piling it on.
Then you get a different treatment. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you say money is the root of all evil. So I mean, if I'm making more money than my spouse, or my spouse making more than me, like, I just don't see where the anger should come in at, or where the intimidation or the responsibility role to change. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if we have an agreement, an unspoken one, actually, because to me, if you're moving in the household and you know your role, he knows his, regardless of who's making more than who, it shouldn't be an issue. But a lot of men do feel intimidated, or like, you think you better than me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or if, no worry, baby, I got it. Why? You know what I mean? Like, just snap on you because he mad because you always got it.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess that can be very intimidating for men. But, I mean, how you going to be mad at her? Just fix the problem.
Well, and not even saying that it's a problem. It's
Right.
I mean, who said
But if
that
they feel
the
like
man
it
was
is.
supposed to make more anyway? And out in the wild, the lioness does all the hunting. So,
True. True.
it's the same in everyday life. And we tend to show more strength mentally, than most men. And
True.
we're able to juggle these different things in life so that we can be successful, because they're automatically put on us anyway.
I guess it's a natural thing.
Right. So even if both parties work, it's still, whose responsibility is it to keep the laundry done? Whose responsibility is it to keep the food cooked? Whose responsibility is it to go to the grocery store?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when the roles do change,
It's a good transition.
right? Well,
It's
how's it
smooth.
looked at then, or is it still, because you can have both parties in the relationship working, But who would you say, was the head of the household, the person that made more money. But is that the person that makes all the decisions in the house?
No. I mean, because the other person still brings in income. You get what I mean? Just because yours is more doesn't mean that that person doesn't have a say, or you get what I mean? A
Right.
voice.
Right.
You know, that shouldn't ever make no bit more of a difference.
Right. But what do you think about, like, what if there's no income on one part, and all the responsibility of the household is on the other party? Where they have to make sure all the ends meet, and does that person have the reins to run the house as far as everything else?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if the woman makes most money, is it okay for her to have the say so over the household? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So making decisions or making moves that this person, you didn't even confide and say nothing to this person, just due to because you feel like, okay, yeah, I don't have to explain that. I did this for, the household or whatever, but it don't matter what you say because I'm the one bringing it. Basically.
Right.
Basically.
Because I mean, if you look at it, who makes the final say? The head of the household, right?
I mean, I would think so.
So who would you label the head of the household?
I don't think that's something I've ever thought about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not ever.
So is it the man or the woman? I mean, does the man have to be the head of the household, or the you know what I'm saying? The final ruler?
Well, I thought it was supposed to be that way. I thought it was supposed to be that way, but
why do you think? Why do you think? That because that's what was installed into us, and even today, when women talk, and even on the rap songs today and stuff like that, that's what women talk about. They talk about men and getting men for their money, and just completely being dependent on the man.
Right. What
As
can you
far
give
as
me?
getting that back.
Mm-hmm. What can you give me?
So that's why I think that, and a lot of us, it was instilled into us that a man is supposed to make the more, he's supposed to make more money, and he is also supposed to be the one to, run the house, right?
Right.
So now that the tables have turned and it's more women that are successful, and it's a lot of women that are by themselves. They're not with,
Right. No man or anything like that. Right.
So just say you coming from a situation where you single and you've been running your shit.
Right.
For as long as you was single. However, it could be years, it could be months, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
And you had no problem with that. And then you meet somebody, you like, y'all, you like everything good, and then he moves in. Does that, like, does the role shift, and how do you decide